Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Flowcast, a place where we float between deep and funny topics and come out not any smarter. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Roshan, and this is the Flowcast.
Roshan, what do you like to do in your free time?
I like to do so many things. I pick up hobbies all the time. I just started gaming, and no, I mean I've always gamed, but I just started Twitch streaming with video games. Uh, I like my hobby is this podcast. I like doing this podcast, even though we're 2 weeks since the last one. It was a busy 2 weeks, but uh,
Right, school
yeah,
has caught up with us for sure.
yeah,
You mentioned that you are gaming and you're streaming on Twitch, right?
yes, sir.
What games are you playing and what are you streaming?
So I'm streaming Valorant and Valheim, two really different games. So it's like an FPS shooter, yeah, FPS shooter, and then a sort of survival game, is pretty cool. But like the best part about it, and which is why I think it's like a cool hobby to have, is I'm just like connecting with my high school friends and playing with them and just relaxing, having a good time on this COVID cold winter. Chicago's full of snow.
For sure. Is this more of like a hobby that you're doing for like, while you're playing games, or do you see something potentially for the future, streaming?
I think it's just a hobby, for me at least, just because when I look at what I do, I never think of the future really. I'm just like, all right, I like this, I'm gonna do it. And like I already game so much, so I just click a button and I'm streaming too. So like why not make it a little more entertaining, meet some new people and have a little more fun.
hmm You know, as of recently, I heard you became an affiliate for Twitch, right?
Nope, not yet. Why
Oh,
why
not yet.
why why did you bring that up? I'm so
Hey,
close,
you
dude.
know what? Sorry. I'm counting on, I'm hoping for you and the best on that. You're almost there, right?
Yeah, almost there. Yep, yeah, almost there.
Do you see yourself playing streaming and playing any other games on Twitch?
Yeah, I think eventually I'm gonna play a game called CS:GO, Counter Strike Global Offensive,
hmm
right? Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
and maybe Six Siege. I want to stream a few games of that if I get back into it. But to be honest, when I stream, I really want to get. I say if I'm looking at the future, I really want to start streaming me coding, which sounds really lame, but I think it'd be pretty fun. Just me coding, someone coming in. I've done it once and I was just coding a website and someone was like, "Can you please hack for me?" I'm like, "That it doesn't work like that."
What is it like? What exactly are you wanting to stream about coding?
Just the experience of it, teach some people some things I really wanted to know cuz like I think the best way to learn things are to like watch videos or a professor, but I don't think professors will really teach as well as YouTube, to be honest. So I think like
Mhm.
the idea of having someone who can stream it while it's live would be pretty cool.
So would you say you're kind of aiming for like the Khan Academy version of coding?
No, I don't want to be a teacher. I like I can teach some people, but I don't want to do that. I'd rather just code and have people talk to me. It's like I feel like when I stream, it's more of me just doing what I usually do, and then some people I hop in and say, "Hey, what's up?" and like there's that communication. Because like when I stream, not all my friends are playing,
hmm
and if they're not playing, I'm alone, so I won't game alone. But if you stream, like kind of build that habit of you can game alone and be a little more independent, and then you have these people viewing you. Sort of like this podcast, like I'm talking to you, you're talking to me, but we're talking to everyone. So we have this like three-way street, two-way between me and you, and then we're talking to our audience. And I feel like if we didn't have this platform, it would be really hard to like um just put it out there. Like we can talk to each other, but it's more entertaining when someone's like judging every single thing I say.
Does it ever get stressful, streaming, that knowing that you I mean, if you do you have to like censor yourself for like what you say or anything like that?
I don't really censor myself, but I don't think I have anything to censor. I don't think I'm like very bad or anything. I think I'm a good guy. I'm a nice guy. Nice guys don't finish last, by the way. I'm a nice guy.
Um, yeah, yeah, I've noticed that you've been streaming and all that stuff, and I know quite a few friends that have been streaming as well. Um, I've been actually interested in starting to also stream. I know I'm just hopping onto a bandwagon here, but I would, some of the games that you mentioned, like Rainbow Six Siege, that's kind of my game. League of Legends is my game. Um, not and maybe sometimes like Squad or Squadron or something like that. Yeah, I'm interested in starting it, but I gotta admit, it's kind of like intimidating to get started, especially when like you see other people streaming and they've got like hundreds of views or thousands, and
Yeah, I just think
whether.
oh, sorry. I just think you don't have to look at the view counts. And
Mhm.
I think that's the beauty of what streaming and not even just streaming. Like we can broaden this to just being a creator, in any aspect. So if you're making a YouTube video or you're doing photography, you're streaming, it's really you perfect your own mindset or perfect your art of how you like it, and then once you push it out there, there's gonna be people like you that like it, and eventually you can, if you're aiming to like get I would say famous or something, or like you want a lot of people watching you, a lot of viewers. If you are aiming for that, I think the best way is progression by doing what you like, and it's the easiest way, and I think it's the most humble way.
Mhm. If hypothetically, um, if streaming for you became successful, uh, would you quit your job and pursue a streaming career?
See, now that's a tough question because my career, someone asked me this question recently. My career pays really well. It's software development that pays really well. So it's like, you have to do a lot in streaming or in creating to get to that point. And feel like if I do get to that point, I have a passion for coding, so I still would want to stay with both of them. I don't know how like sustainable that is. um Eventually one would have to go, either the job or the creating or streaming. One of them would have to go, but it's such a hard thing to actually just put your mind to, because you won't expect it until it happens to you, until you like um you just get this bunch of viewers watching you, and like you're like, huh, okay, maybe it's like that, maybe it feels like that, but I don't know how that feels, so I can't really say.
Right. Because like when we were younger, when somebody asked us like, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" Um, a lot of the answers were like, "Oh, I want to be a firefighter," or "I want to be an astronaut," "I want to be the president," or something like that. But nowadays, when you ask the youth today, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" A lot of their answers are either like, "Oh, I want to be a YouTuber," or "I want to be a streamer." Um, do you think that's kind of the right approach from like? I mean, is it okay for them to like say that and then have that as their main plan, or do you think they should have like a plan, like an actual like a job in mind, like kind of like we did, kind of. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah. I honestly, I do think it's a half and half answer. Like you can both go at it for both ways, but I do think when you're going when these like kids are like, I want to be a streamer. Yeah, strive for that. Do it. Like go for it. When people are like, I want to be a photographer. Yes, go for it. Like do the stuff you like. But the thing is, don't strive to just get views right away. Don't think you're gonna blow up like crazy, because that, I think that is the wrong mindset. But if you want to like become a creator, like a streamer, yeah, that's cool. It's a career. It's a job platform. It's something that you can do. It just takes a lot of time and patience, like everything else. Like instead of going to college to learn about um, business. You learn from yourself and you learn from others. So it's like a liberal art in that sense if you're thinking of it in like uh, college terms, I guess.
Right. I mean, as of the last few years, streaming and just gaming overall has increased in popularity. And so I can only imagine how difficult it is to get noticed out there nowadays.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. Like if you think about this, back when YouTube was really small, there's that trending page, and there's still a trending page, but come on, it's terrible now compared to
Yeah.
how it was before. Like you would see Ryan Higa on trending, Smosh, all these people doing these crazy things, but people just love them. They're like, oh, this is awesome, and they weren't trying to like get big at it. They were just doing it for fun. But now, if you look at how these platforms are like organized, like YouTube, they really focus more on not the smaller creators, but more on like the bigger creators. So it's hard to get recognized. And this is where I think Twitch changes its mindset because you can literally just go click on talk shows and click on lowest viewers and then just look at that and you can find all these people that are small. Like you can do that really easy. You can't really do that with YouTube, but with Twitch you can do that. But now the thing is you have to advertise. You have to self-advertise rather than before when these companies were helping you get big.
Right. Do you think, I mean, you mentioned a great point earlier, how like when you go on YouTube, you would see these YouTubers like Smosh and Ryan Higa and all that stuff, right? And you said that they created content for fun and they just happened to get popular because people like their videos, right?
Yeah.
Do you think content should have the goal, the intention of creating content because they like to, or because they want to actually pursue a career that is content creating?
Well, I don't think you should pursue a career that you don't like. Like that's the number one no. Because you will definitely see that it just transcribes. Like if you just want to get a career in streaming and you're not a fan of streaming, so you just ride the trends of what's happening just to make money, eventually it's going to die out. It's not a good long-term goal or long-term career. But on the other hand, say you actually enjoy streaming, now that's just gonna show up in your whole like how you perform, how you talk to your chat, how you do all these things. It's just gonna be really natural. Where in the long term, like people will know you for who you are, rather than people knowing you for this persona you created.
Hmm. In regards to your stream, um, what would your ideal goal be 1 year from now?
Probably keep streaming. And I honestly, my biggest goal, because we've talked about this, I'm moving to Dallas, but uh, is to have a cool like, setup, like a really sick gaming setup that is for streaming. With I'm doing like these finger marks right here, like is for streaming quotation marks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so like it is for streaming, but really it's just because I like tech. I just want like something crazy. Um, but if I have something that crazy, why not stream at it? So I don't see myself as like some person with like 20,000 subs or something like that. But I do see myself as someone probably still streaming. Um, hopefully we'll see. I like it right now. It's pretty fun and hopefully it just continues. If it stays fun for me, I'll continue it. Same when I did YouTube. YouTube was super fun, and then my passion for it just died out. Like I could have kept doing YouTube videos because I was making profit on it. I was making money on it, but it wasn't. I didn't feel like I liked what I was doing, so I stopped doing it. So hopefully Twitch doesn't do that, and like the other things I do, like this podcast, doesn't do that because I enjoy talking and streaming. So
All right. I mean, it's definitely something to it's definitely a certain route you take, when you start something because you're interested. But as you keep doing it, you just realize that you get burnt out from it and you just realize this wasn't maybe necessarily the passion or the thing that you want to do. Um, I mean, if that's the case, do you think people like should keep pushing on and try to reignite that passion, or do you think they should just jump out and just find a different one?
Always stick with your passion. You can do multiple. Like you can be a photographer and a videographer. Those are very similar. Now you can be a programmer and a photographer. Now those are very different. They're not similar that much. Like you can do multiple things. I would say, but I don't think you should ever give up what your passion is if you're still passionate about it. If it's dying out and you want to rekindle it, that's it depends on how you feel. Like for me, like I said, I stopped doing YouTube because I didn't like what I was doing. But in my mind, I know I'm gonna come back to YouTube and post some coding videos or post something like entertaining, but entertaining to myself. So I think you always have that route to rekindle your passion, but never force it. Just make it happen naturally.
hmm I just think it's insane that Twitch used to be a place where like it was just strictly just gaming, but then they slowly transformed into like including other stuff. So like now you have like this whole music category, like musicians that can
Oh
play on
yeah,
Twitch,
so
the
cool.
podcast sections, the like oh like it's insane how like anything creative you want to do, it doesn't have to pertain to just uh gaming. If you're cosplaying, if you're doing anything art, like you can stream it and people watch. And I think that's like a huge advantage that Twitch has over YouTube at the moment.
Yeah, and I think it's awesome. Like those, I think they're in real life streams. I think those are pretty cool. Where these people are taking their phones and then they're streaming themselves for like a camera or something that's all and it's all live and they're just streaming what they're doing. Um, and it sounds it sounds weird. Why would you watch some random person doing something? Like, well, where's the fun in that? But then you watch them and then you're like, "Oh, this is how this person lives." But the problem with that is there's always that line of are they being real or are they putting this persona on? But it's for entertainment in my opinion. So I think that like those in real life streams, those things, I think they're really entertaining to watch. And I love how Twitch just allowed these different types of platforms, so many different type of like categories on this platform.
hmm I think the one game that really got me kind of confused, not really confused, but I was just like, all right, like I guess like you can stream that was I think Pokemon Go.
Oh yeah, Pokemon Go.
I because like I remember when Pokemon Go first came out, it was the like it was a big thing. Like everybody was into it, everybody was downloading it, everybody was going outside. Um, and you would see these people who are streaming Pokemon Go. You would see these people that are like posting videos about it, and like you would see people get into accidents, because they're not being careful and all that stuff. And at the same time, I couldn't help but think at the time, like as a viewer, I could watch someone go outside and catch a Pokemon. I'm like, I could do the same. I can go outside. I mean, it might be different if you have like limited data per se, right?
Yeah.
But like, I just think it was wild that just like people would watch someone go outside.
Yeah, and see the crazy part is that Pokemon Go trend is what changed Twitch to allow these in real life streams. Because what was happening was these people were they were actually like playing Pokemon, right? A lot of people were streaming them playing Pokemon. It's like a video game. So Twitch allowed it. Then there were some people that actually played the game, but as they were playing the game, they would meet new people and just talk to them. So that's how like in real life, IRL in real life, Twitch streaming, the category and how Twitch allowed them, which it's so crazy. Like I don't see anyone play Pokemon Go anymore. Maybe I'm just like blind or something. I know some people that do play it, but I don't see it as much. But I can still remember when I would go to my like the downtown in our like neighborhood,
Yeah.
and literally there would always be like a battle there or like Pokemon there, and you would hear some people like screaming if there was a Pokemon when it first came out. That was crazy. That was really fun.
Yeah, it was great to see. I remember when that game came out, I was taking a walk around like the town square, and I saw so many people there. Like I'm just like this was like a record for me seeing that many people there. Just like walking around and all that stuff. But like at the same time, it kind of made me sad because almost every single one of them had a phone in their hand. And so yeah, it was great to see everybody outside pre-COVID. Um, but it was kind of sad that like people weren't as engaging as much as they could have.
Yeah, and the worst part was like when their phone died, you think they'll
They
just
went
stop
home.
playing. No, but it wasn't even that. It's not even they went home. Their phone wouldn't die. They had a portable charger with them.
Right.
So they'd be playing like all day.
Right. I remember that. Were you ever big on Pokemon Go?
I think I was for a while. What level was I? 21 or something? I don't know. I played a decent amount and then I stopped playing and cuz like there's no point. I rather just play like a ROM or like yeah, a ROM of Pokemon instead of just like catching Pokemon. I like it's a good concept, but in my opinion, I'd rather just play like an original GBA game.
I'll be honest. That game came out about 4 years ago now, and um, I've been playing it. The last time I played it, I think was like one. I think last year actually, a year and a half ago. Because I just had it on my phone and just like, oh, if we were somewhere special, I just opened it like, oh, is there a gym here or is there a Pokestop? um, but I remember like I would put one of my Pokemons at a gym, and then the very next day, my Pokemon was sent back saying it was defeated. And I was like,
uh
people are playing this game. Like, I'm thinking like there's not that many people playing this game because I don't see a lot of people having the game open just straight up. But people are playing the game and they are taking down gyms. And every single time, like if I mean not anymore because I don't really play, but at the time when I was at a gym at a Pokemon gym, I checked my phone and I saw someone around me with their phone out. I always had to be thinking, one of these people are helping me fight, and one of these people I'm fighting against.
Yeah, it was really
Yeah.
cool though. Like I agree that people were getting devoured into their phones and playing, but at the same time, I think there was so many more people out. And that's when like the magic happened when you can actually meet some person and bond on something you really like, which is something that like I think is pretty special to just bond on someone on to with someone on the street. I don't really think it happens that much anymore. Even though
hmm
that's like bonding over Pokemon in a video game, that's still bonding. Like now, it's really hard to go up to someone, or it's not hard, but no one does it. No one just goes up to someone and says, "Hey, nice to meet you," blah blah blah, and talks to them. They don't do that anymore. They put their phone out, look at their texts, and walk past someone. They don't even like wave or say hi. Like I remember, I would say hi to every single person I passed, or like smile or did something. But now everyone's on their phone, just like devoured into it.
Yeah, it's funny because we're talking about gaming and meeting people, and I just can't help but think of like the old Call of Duty lobbies, the trash talking, and all of those games. Those are good
I'm
times.
not gonna lie, I love the trash talking. I live for Call of Duty trash talking. Every other game, it's okay, but like Call of Duty trash talking was the most fun ever.
Do you think you're a toxic person when it comes to gaming?
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so.
But you don't sound too confident in that answer.
Yeah, because
You
you're
don't
gonna
think
like.
so?
I feel like you're gonna call my bluff.
I mean, I don't know, cause like and we have played with each other, but I don't think we've gone to the extent of being tilted or getting mad in a game. And showing that anger.
Yeah,
For all I know, you seem fine, but I don't know. Maybe you do get toxic.
I'm like half and half. I'm not toxic to the I would say definition of what when you think of someone's actually toxic in a game. I'm not, but
Hmm.
I like I'll be playing a game and it'll be like a ranked game, and if someone's doing really bad, I'll be like, come on. I wouldn't say it out loud or anything. I just get upset with myself, like, you missed that shot. Come on, something like that. But besides that, I don't think I don't get really toxic.
What kind of games are your style of games? Like, is it adventure games? Is it first person shooters? Is it MOBAs?
Dude, it's everything. That's like the crazy part. It is literally everything. I if I bring up my Steam list right now, I have like I have MOBAs, I have RPGs, MMOs, FPS, third person shooters. I have literally every single style of game, even like uh quiz style games, even board video games. Like that is really fun to me. So like
Hmm.
I can play anything as long as you're with someone, as long as you have like a friend that's willing to play with you, I think you can get into any game.
Right. What are your top three favorite games right now?
Top 3 favorite games: Valorant, Valheim, and the third one is gonna be tough. So I only play those two most of the
Yeah.
time. But I would say the third one, maybe Minecraft. No, yeah, Minecraft. I'll say maybe Minecraft because like it's always a classic game to go back to.
Hmm.
So I'll always play that once in a while too.
Um, have you noticed that a lot of Minecraft players aren't toxic?
Yes. I don't know. Like, you can't really be toxic in a text. I got no. I can't. I can't say that. League is so toxic. um.
Why do you think people are so toxic? Like, do you think like because like something like there's that saying like whenever you lose a game, people are always saying, "Oh, it's just a game. You'll get 'em next time" or something like that. Do you think those people like that thought doesn't go through their head?
I think it's weird. Just to like dance around your question, to be honest, but I think really what happens is we had so many people back in the COD days, I would say my age, those were
Mhm.
like the toxic. But like they weren't now they're not really toxic. They're really like joking toxic. It's like playful toxicity if that's a thing. It's like it's
Yeah,
just
but
joking.
like
But like
yeah, but
yeah,
like yeah,
but the
yeah,
thing is yeah, but like now I think kids are getting really toxic, like
right.
crazy toxic. I don't think I was this toxic when I was a kid. Um and I think it's amplified right now. That's something that I've been like really seeing, and I think that's how you like how people are maybe like grown up with video games. Maybe like the new generation is more toxic. Maybe next generation it's gonna be like so toxic. I don't even know.
Yeah, like their anger management needs to be like controlled. Like it's a problem, in my opinion. Um, do you think that just those toxic people? Do you think they're like that in real life, in person?
The like the actual people, the kids,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. Let's say okay.
Yeah, for kids, yes, I do think they are that toxic. I can just see a little kid like winning in a game and then in real life going up to the person and throwing an L, like the Fortnite dance. I can see that.
Mm,
But
has
like
been done to you?
no, it hasn't. Hopefully, it doesn't. But like for adults, I think it's half and half. Like I know some people that they act like they are when they're toxic in the game, and then I know some people that act completely different in person, but in the game they're like the most toxic person I've ever seen.
Hmm. I just want to know, like, do you think the people that you see online, you're seeing the real person that they are, or would you say like meeting a person in in person? is actually the real person that you're meeting? You know, like personality wise.
I think it's in person. And that's a really good question cuz like I think I when I game, I'm a little different than when I'm in person. I feel like
Hmm.
when I'm gaming, I'm or like yeah, when I'm gaming or when I'm online, I'm probably like maybe a little nicer. No, I'm nice in person. I it's just I don't know how to explain it. Like my personality is sort of different when I'm gaming. Uh, I guess I'm more accepting. It sounds so bad with the things I'm trying to say. It's like I'm not accepting in person. No, it's just different personalities though. Like I can't explain it, but I feel like if I meet someone in person, I get to know them personally like
Yeah.
much better. But if I meet them online, it's like I know they play video games, but I don't like we usually only talk about the video games or some like small things, but not really deep down or like talk to them.
So, uh, in terms of yourself, how based on like who you are and like how you interact and all that stuff and how you display yourself, would you say you are more yourself online or in person? You personally.
I'm more myself in person. Actually, no, I think I'm like the same slightly, but more in person. Because when someone meets me in person, they can find out like I'm a coffee addict. Like they can find that side of the things. Like when I'm online, you can't see me drinking my coffee every like 5 minutes.
I think me personally, I think I joke a lot more online. They're not necessarily like bad jokes, but they're more like I don't know. Like I'm just like more outgoing, I feel like.
No, hype yourself up, dude.
No,
Come
no, no,
on.
no, 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 no. I feel like yeah, I'm fine. I'm outgoing as heck. um, no, I feel like I'm more like that online and in person. I'm more like more careful on how I approach people and how people approach me. Uh,
Oh yeah.
that's not necessarily to say that I am not myself in person, but rather I have like a calm, not a filter, but like I'm more cautious because I don't know. It just comes out that way. I mean, being online is it's great. I mean, you can say stuff and like you still gotta be careful what you say because that stuff comes back to you. But like you can say stuff to your friends and you're just like haha like whatever all that stuff. Even to randoms, like you'll have great funny conversation with randoms. I think that's like an amazing part of being online. Even like playing games and like streaming or anything like that. But in person, I think once you say something awkward, the tension in the air is awkward.
Yeah, oh, yeah, I agree with that. Like when I'm playing a video game and I already make so many dumb jokes. It's so much
Right.
better in like a Discord server when I'm doing that because like they'll be silent or something and then they'll laugh or something. Like it's not as painful as like you making a dumb joke and people just not reacting. Like that is the most unsatisfying thing when you make a joke and then they're just like
It just flops.
it flops completely. Or when you're trying to make a joke and it just doesn't come out. Like even on Discord, when I'm doing like in a game, if I make a joke and I'm like struggling to get it, we joke around on it. But I feel like in person, when I'm trying to make a joke and I struggle to say it, it's just silence.
Right. Do you do you personally like to go out in person, or would you rather like spend time online with your friends? Like, I mean, let's say like these are the same people, like you would rather like that you would hang out in person and online. Do you have a preference of whether or not you would like to go out with them or like get online with them?
Ooh, that's a tough one. There's some people I would just really like just to game with
Hmm.
because I like uh, some people I just have a connection with just gaming wise, and I think that's maybe like because I haven't really met them in person. I'd say,
Hmm.
but uh, I would like I rather hang out with people in person. Like even if they're like a hardcore gamer, they only play games. Like let's hang out in person and like I'll get Jackbox or something we can play. Like we can do something really fun in person, karaoke, or if you want to play a video game, let's do split screen or something. But like I think in person it's just more fun.
I have to agree because usually when I'm online with friends and we have a good time and a good night, I personally feel like sad when it's all over. Um, because like I'm already home, like all I have to do is like turn around and hop in bed and like that's the night. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, this would be a great time actually, Roshan. To plug your own stream if you'd even like to here.
Oh yeah, so if you guys do want to see me stream video games or coding, you can catch me at Cal Atlas, CALATLASBB on twitch.tv. And
BB was
on
a part of your name, right?
Yep, yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay.
And on that note, I want you guys to make sure you follow us and listen to our new podcast, which is posted every single Sunday at 12 p.m. Central Time. Remember, you can find us on your Twitch, your YouTube, and your favorite podcasting platforms. And drop your questions on our social medias and when we are live streaming, like this live stream right here, but you're listening to a recording. So thank you for listening, and this is the Flowcast.
Bye.